Okay. Bot test.
Oh no!
Here we go. So, last time we got Sasato back. And now we're continuing the third case. We're going into... Nope, no, don't do that. We're going into investigation. Part 2. I've already talked to you, alright? Yeah, okay. Alright. No, don't... Oh, what? I can't move? Okay, fine. See, I've been keeping my desk beautifully covered in papers as always. That's a way to start the stream. You really must tidy it all up, Miss Never. No excuses. Mr. Sato, hey, I see it. All these papers building up on my desk like this are a reminder of my wonderfully diverse daily life. You mean just sitting in your room all day looking over trials? Or I guess he just now recently started looking over trials, whatever. I like to leave them as they are, so I never forget how lucky I am to have such varied experiences. In that case, you should definitely have a thorough tidy. Then you'll be able to see your papers building up all over again and feel that joy renewed. Still can't beat an argument even though I'm the lawyer here. Right. Oh, jeez, okay. Well, now I know why I couldn't leave here. Hi, how's it going?
Must be about a year now. I wrote a really long story based on some of my father's own notes. It's about one of Hurley's greatest exploits. I call it the Hound of the Baskervilles.
Oh yeah, I heard about this. But then Mr. Sholmes forbade you from publishing it. Put the manuscript somewhere and nobody can get their hands on it.
So, but nobody knows anything about it apart from Hurley and I. And for some reason, you knew the title of it, didn't you, Susie?
Oh yeah, she wanted to ask about this.
And you wouldn't tell me. How come you knew it?
Yes, but I made you a promise that I would explain one day, didn't I? I think it's time.
Oh!
I'm only sorry I had to keep it from you for so long, Iris. Here we go. What do we have to... What's this whole situation about? It was completely by accident that I came to know the title of your manuscript, Iris. It was a short while before we left Japan. I was cleaning Father's study and I saw something on his writing desk. A large box of papers. There's a label affixed to the box that was written in English. It read, "The Hound of the Baskervilles." What?
My Baskerville story?
Oh, are we gonna tell her about her dead father? Of course, I had no idea what it was at the time. My father came in and... Susato, what are you doing? Oh, father. Did you look at those papers? No, I simply read the label, that's all. Well, put it out of your mind. Sorry? Forget that you already saw it. And certainly don't tell anybody else about this. Do you understand? Oh, the jig is up now. But what was Iris's manuscript doing in Japan? I have no idea. But when I heard Iris mention the word Baskerville that day, the title just slipped out. I would never have guessed. That was an unpublished account of one of Mr. Sholmes' exploits. When I returned to Japan, I asked Father to explain, but he refused to answer any of my questions. Uh-oh. There was no sign of the big box in his... What? Uh-oh. He's hiding something. That's really all I know about it. I know that the father has a very good reason for being so secretive about it, but still... I made my mind to explain myself to both of you.
Thank you for being so honest, Susie.
You know, she doesn't care. So, Mr. Naruto, I'm ready to start investigating if you are. I've committed every detail about the case in memory. And Iris has told me about the disturbing happenings at the Waxwork Museum as well. Oh, jeez, man. So you're fully abreast of the situation already, Mr. Sato. I expect nothing less, to be honest. I would think our first port of call should be to investigate this Mr. Drebber. Oh, jeez, I'm gonna keep calling him Dweber. Calling it. Stop hiccuping. The engineer responsible for building the elaborate machine that was used to effect this extraordinary trick. Yes, a conjurer of sorts by the sound of it. Well known in the fields of science and magic. Do we need to go arrest him? Don't tackle me, please. Well, yes. We must know the truth behind this case, so I agree we really do need to find the man.
Sounds like it's a case of track its own down. What's the job for the police?
We're a great detective. Oh, man, I need to take a drink. Hold on. Are we supposed to guess who she might be thinking of? We don't have much time, so we need to get started straight away, I think.
Good idea. But best selected.
Oh, you're not coming today?
I'm going to Brixton Road shortly for the herb market. But let me know later how you got on, won't you?
Alright. That was a little abrupt. The pull of the herb market must be strong. Alright. Let's go to move. Oh, we got a new location. Oh, we can't go to the prosecutor's office. I don't believe we need this. Okay. Yeah, she hasn't actually seen this place yet. No, wait, where's the new location? Oh, no, I guess it just means that I've locked all these. The Lord Chief Justice's office, the prison. Experimentation stage. Okay, yeah, I can go wherever I want. Where do I want to start though? Let's start with going to the scene of the crime. Oh great, they're still working on the clock. Oh! I had no idea there were so many people in the world. I know what you mean. It's really packed here today. It feels as though it's taken us 2 hours just to make our way through the crowds at this point. Again with the freaking 2 hours thing. Has it? I shut my brains out now, so I didn't really notice, to be honest. Gosh, I do wish I had your absence of mind sometimes, Mr. Naruto. There you are. I had a feeling your law would show you mugs before long. Oh, it's you. Jeez, I thought it. Oh man, I freaking thought it was what's her face. Jeez. Oh, Inspector Gregson, I see you're hard at work as usual.
I'm Gregson. I do hope you've been keeping well since we last met.
What's with all this ceremony? We just saw each other in court this morning. It's been like what, a month for me or something like that. No, less than that for sure.
Not so, sunshine. The gentle woman shows you on the other side.
Oh. Why, thank you, Inspector. How good of you to notice. Might be a bit rough around the edges, but he's still a proper English gentleman at heart, I suppose. As you probably guessed, we were hoping to investigate the scene some more.
Right. That's the young trainee's domain. Alright, get over here, Gina. And stop playing with that freaking dog.
She seemed to be busy playing with a puppy. Probably giving it a traditional English end training. Gina? She's a police officer now? Not really. Amazing, isn't it?
She's a good kid, actually. Heart's in the right place, anyway. She got the attention detection bug, if you ask me. Yep, I think she'll follow my footsteps nicely.
What do you mean?
I'm being transferred. It's time for me to say doo-doo to
What? Oh no, really? That's a bit sudden, isn't it? I had no idea. Where are you going to be posted then? We'll come to see how you're getting along.
Not likely, but you're all gonna try. If you don't mind a trip to France, that is.
France?
I'll be working in the Paris police prefecture. Should be right about.
Okay, well at least someone's going to Paris. Jeez, man. The Legion are leaving Paris. The Eternal are gonna be leaving Paris. There's gonna be no sports teams in Paris. So I guess someone's gotta go over there. But France, it's an entirely different country. I don't understand. Why would you be sent there?
That's the way the adult world works, sunshine. A dog got broken your nose where it's not wanted. I'm intended to take the kid with me when I go.
What? You're taking Gina to Paris?
Well, I can't leave her here in London. Who knows what had become of her?
I suppose he's worried she slipped back into slipping her hands into people's pockets and purses. I don't think he's worried about her pickpocketing, Mr. Naruto. I think he's worried about the Reaper. Oh, of course. So that's playing on Inspector Griggs's mind too, is it?
Anyway, I'll mention it on this, Gina. Don't go blabbing, you hear me?
No, of course not.
I gotta keep that diamond diva safe and sound. God, this is over at least.
Oi! It's gonna be a blooming diamond demon, I can.
So you heard that, did you? I will. Any questions about that scene, you can put them to my keyboard detective diva here.
What? This is slowly starting to turn to Overwatch. We got the Reaper, we got Diva. What's next? A person named Reinhardt. Alright, you heard the boss. Inspector Lestrade's in charge here now. Suppose I'd better keep my word and not mention anything about Paris. So, Gina. You got a new dog, have you? Oh, you picked him up! Isn't he great? Toby's his name. Wait, is that the same name as the dog from Spirit of Justice? Or no, it can't be the name. It probably was like some sort of Kuranese name. Oh, how delightful! He's absolutely adorable. Yes, the dog does seem lovely. It might actually be a reference to Toby Fox of all people. Because Undertale and the fact that there's a cute dog that's just iconic in that game. But it's not so not so lovely Inspector Gregson that's playing on my mind, to be honest. Alright, let's talk. I've already shown you my badge, so I'm just gonna investigate. Gina, we were actually hoping that we can investigate the scene again. Yeah, alright. If it's around here, you can do what you like. Oh, well, that's alright, isn't it? I'm gonna be playing with my new friend here. Ah, yes, Toby. Aww. Shoot, that exploder must be at the top of the stairs, I presume. I haven't actually seen it yet, so if you don't mind. Sorry, I can't go up there, Susan. Oh? It's like I told Order yesterday. Even I ain't allowed near that wreck. What's it got again? The reason we ain't supposed to touch it? Special dispensation for the Scientific Equipment Act? Is that what you're thinking of? That's the one! That's why only them lot are allowed to investigate it. What are they called again? The forensic something. The forensic investigation team. Is that what you're thinking of? That's the one, yeah. But isn't it the case that the special dispensation has been lifted? I think so. I don't really get it, to be truthful with you. You're still supposed to go to get permission from some bigwig or other, as far as I know. Okay. What was his name again? Lord Strange something. Oh, we gotta go visit Strongheart. Sure, that's quite right, Gina. I think you mean Lord Strongheart, perhaps. That's the one, yeah. Apparently, he's always watching the time or something. So without Lord Strongheart's express permission, we can't investigate the scene. Okay. Well, I'll go talk to him eventually. It was great, weren't it? I had a right laugh. It was a new one on me, that. You know, being in court and not spending the whole time worried I'm about to be found out. You did keep an awful lot of secrets in your previous court appearances, didn't you? Yeah, it always made things hard for me every single time and all. Just doing my job, Gina. Watching someone else get it in the neck is a lot of fun, actually. It was amazing when you showed it that doggy professor's dodgy... Doggy professor? Jeez, man. That dodgy professor's dodgy experiment was a total fix. The dodgy professor, as you put it, Gina, is Mr. Naruto's client. Yes. I'm starting to wish he wasn't, though. That's every client and every Ace Attorney game, Naruto. Get used to it. It's the boss I feel sorry for, sent off to do the impossible. What do you mean? He's supposed to arrest the other committee, and in time for tomorrow and all. You know, the dodgy engineer. What's his name again? Mr. Drebber, you mean? Enoch Drebber. That's the one, yeah. You're really terrible with names. So the police are looking for this mysterious man with the black monocle. I guess they would be. He's been too much in the pause, he asked me. He said he's giving him a good headache. Oh dear, but I do wonder if that isn't actually from all the fried food. Engineer's whereabouts. Scotland Yard are trying to track down Mr. Enoch Drebber. Wonder if they've had any luck. It's really funny looking. Your two eyes don't match. Stole a glimpse of a picture of him earlier. I mean, I didn't actually pinch it or nothing. The old devil's got it. Sorry, who? I know, the Scowling Reaper what's always glugging down glasses of the blood red plonk. Ah, Lord Von Zeeks. He's always had it in for me, that cove. Don't know what he's always scowling about mine. Probably would have been a good boss as it goes. She'd rather the Reaper's apprentice than a detective trainee. The way I see it, if the choice is between a chip-guzzling detective and a chalice-glugging demigod, you're equally bad off with both. I suppose you're right. I had thought of it like that. Glad we put that one to bed. Anyway, the point is, everyone in the yard sits down and find the fishy engineer. But there don't seem to be no clues to go on, so they're stuck. There's nothing that can lead us to Trevor at all? Oh great, the dogs are barking out there. Let's see if I can listen in real quick. Just dogs being dogs. Can't be as cute as freaking Gina's dog. Gina Lestrande's dog. Toby, whatever. I've already read that line. Toby the dog. Oh great, is Toby's gonna get me important. Where'd you find that little mutt then, Gina? Mutt? Oh wow, harsh. Oi, don't be so flaming rude, Oda. Slight overreaction, don't you think? He ain't no mud, alright. Toby's... did they put it? Yeah, a bona fide detective. That's not even worth a laugh. Sorry. I'm giving a proper little title and everything. It's Chief Inspector Toby to you. More senior than Inspector Gregson, is he? So what, is he supposed to be some sort of detective dog? So he's gonna be like the dog from Ace Attorney Case 1-4 and the investigation games. Oh, so he's a police dog, is he? The police recruit dogs now? Oh, great. You've never heard of this? They are, but used officially in Germany as a part of their city policing. Oh, yeah, I guess... Wait, I mean, they're called German Shepherds for a reason, but are they like French fries where they're just called German Shepherds, or... I'm looking this up. Did German Shepherds actually come from Germany? German Shepherd dog is a breed of large-sized dog that originated in Germany in 1899. Yeah, sure. Okay, and they're used for herding, and as we know nowadays, make for great police dogs. Yeah, so that makes sense. They're used for chasing criminals and such like. They have such wonderful sense of smell, after all. I have a fairly good sense of smell myself, as it happens. Wow. I can tell undergarments that have been freshly laundered from undergarments that haven't. That's never been compared to this little fellow, Oda. Oh, really? According to what the boss said, once Toby has got a good whiff of your drawers, he can chase that scent to the other side of the world. What? To the other side of the world? You mean he can swim? That's what you're concerned about, not the dog sniffing underwear? Mr. Neverhood. I think you may have missed the point by a rather large margin. I just can't believe this little dog has such an incredible skill. I'm telling you, Oda, there's gotta be more and more dogs doing their bit for the police in the future. Yes, I agree. Right, one of these days they'll be barking orders at us a lot. Not the other way around. No, that's not happening. Dogs are not taking over the world. Oh dear, sorry Gina. I don't think I agree with your vision quite that much. Well, anyway, whatever you think about that, Toby here is its first police dog. I found him down the East End the other day. Someone had chucked them out on the street. Oh, it's an orphan. There you go. I knew she lifted it from somewhere. Oh, Gina, you're such a kind-hearted soul, aren't you? To children and to animals. Alright, well, got a long spiel about Toby. Somewhere along the way, he's gonna sniff out some sort of important clue. Is there anything like here that's not new? Well, the exploded bloom bit. Here's a scorching on the ground that you mentioned. Yes, and there's what's left of the green balloon's envelope. All clear evidence of the balloon that exploded on the day of the incident. Poor Professor Hairbrain. I do feel sorry for him that his dreams have been shattered like this. Popped like a balloon. Someone's well and truly burst this bubble, as it were. Ouch. I'm a bad person. Yeah, get out of here, Renus. Get out of here. Bring Phoenix in. He's a much better attorney, and he doesn't appreciate puns. Oh, that's the tower. Ah, the Crystal Tower. I can't believe I'm seeing it at such close proximity with my own eyes. You've really been looking forward to the great exhibition, haven't you, Mr. Sato? Oh yes! I found out that I had to return to Japan. I'm afraid I cursed my luck. But here you are back in London, gazing up at the magnificent tower. I know. Perhaps I was wrong to curse my luck so harshly. Hot air balloons. Oh look, a flying balloon! I've never seen one in the flesh before. I can't understand how they can fly. It's so high up as well. Oh, but think of the view, Mr. Naruto. You must be able to see for miles and miles. I do think of it, and it terrifies me. I mean, it would be certain death if you fell out. I'm sure they're perfectly safe. After all, they've been invented by some of the brightest minds in the world. Let's not forget that we know at least one has exploded. I'm sure there are other ways to fly. Don't worry, airplanes will be invented soon enough. There's a crack in the clock. What a shame that the symbolic landmark of the Great Exhibition has been damaged like that. Yes, unfortunately the bird cage crashed into the most prominent position possible. It's the gods giving us a warning, if you ask me. Man must travel under his own steam and not cut corners in instantaneous kinesis. But imagine what might have happened if the bird cage had landed in a slightly different location. The death toll could have been far worse. You've got a point! So I think perhaps there was a blessing in disguise. Well, the gods are benevolent, obviously. Benevolent level creator! I didn't say it was just a warning. Man must travel on his own steam. But next time bird cages are rained down on all of you. Your face is much stronger than I realized. How do you think I passed the entrance exam for Yume University? It wasn't by stunning alone. I don't get this whole religion thing. The stage up there is where the experiment was set up. It's very high, isn't it? About 30 feet, I believe. Or 9 meters if you prefer. Craning your neck up to see it starts to hurt after a while, doesn't it? Yes, we need to get up there and look around properly. Although if I'm honest, climbing all those stairs makes my chest hurt. Oh dear. I think perhaps you should exercise more, Miss Naruto. I need to exercise more, jeez. What, I can examine this? Oh, that's off limits out there! Yeah, I know that. Try to sneak past me again and I'll stuff your gob full of the boss's fish and chips! Yes, please. I love fish and chips. I suppose we need special permission. Yeah, I got it. Should I just get that now? Yeah, I'm gonna go get that now. Who the heck are you? Oh, who's that standing beside Lord Strongheart? I wonder, I've never seen her before. Ah, the young champion of the court. You had some success this morning, I understand. And you've thrown the entire government into disarray as a result. Damn it! You mean because of Professor Harebrain's experiment? Shame science being demonstrated at London's Great Exhibition. The country's been made to look foolish, and now politicians are scrambling to respond. Lord Von Zieks is in Whitehall as we speak, giving an emergency briefing. Oh dear, I didn't mean to cause any trouble. None of this is your responsibility. The government is entirely to blame for what having been taken in. Special dispensation that prevents the investigation at the scene will be annulled later today. Once that happens, my forensic investigation team will move in to deal with that scrap metal in no time. Scrap metal now, is it? Yes, thank you. Who was that? That was Dr. Courtney Scythe, Scotland Yard's esteemed chief coroner. Oh, we heard that name before. Oh, I get it. Scythe. She's a coroner. She does autopsies. I get it. She's leading the forensic investigation teams handling of this case. She was just delivering a report about the victim, in fact. Oh, I see. About Mr. Asman. Following the outcome of the trial earlier, I asked the coroner's office to reevaluate its findings. I don't have time to tell you what she's concluded. If you want to know, you'll have to ask her directly. You can find her in the forensics laboratory. Ooh, new place. Ah, right. Now, what were you here to see me about? I can give you 7 minutes and 39 seconds up to my time. So he's not running quite so spectacularly late anymore. Alright. Well, I mean, that's a good sign. Just got a couple things here. What exactly is a forensic investigation team that you mentioned before? The British Empire's police force must become the most exemplary in the world. For that to happen, it's imperative that we embrace the forensic science and everything it has to offer. I first created the forensic investigation team a year ago now, unofficially of course, to pave the way. Goodness, a year ago? At next month's symposium, I intend to present the results of their works to the world. To do that, the House of Lords will be powerless to oppose the creation of a full-scale forensics division. And once that happens, the position of Attorney General will be mine. The criminals will suffer dearly. What do you mean? For too long, these scoundrels have made a mockery of our legal system with false evidence and bribes. The London scum is about to be rounded up and burnt in the fires of hell. I intend to see it personally. By creating the finest police force that the world has ever known to protect our honor and our future. You look at his eyes. He means every word. Dr. Scythe is an extremely reliable coroner. When I officially established the forensics division at Scotland Yard, she will run it as my right-hand woman. Now then, speaking of the symposium, Miss Mikotoba. Yes, my lord. Your father should be on the high seas as we speak, making his way here to represent the Empire of Japan. Yes, that's right. I understand he will arrive at the beginning of the next month. Are you acquainted, Miss Lord Strongheart? Yeah, we did hear about this. Sort of. With Professor Mikotoba, I mean. It was many years ago. But yes, I remember Dr. Mikotoba very well. Dr. Mikotoba? You refer to him as a doctor? Okay. If my memory serves, it was some 15 years ago now that your father came to Britain as a visiting student. It was the year I was born, so yes, 68 years ago in fact. Mikotoba was a young practitioner of forensic science, and Jikoku accompanied him as a young, promising judge. The punctiliousness and politeness of the Japanese at the time impressed us greatly. Not that I wish to imply politeness or carelessness on your part anyway. I didn't think that you were. Dr. Mikotoba studied forensics at one of London's large hospitals. St. Sinners, if I'm not mistaken. Gee, what an unfortunate name for a hospital. Dr. Scythe was also there then, as it happens. Then, Dr. Scythe shouldn't knows my father, does she? She was a young medical assistant at the time, so I doubt their paths crossed regularly. But I have no doubt that they knew each other superficially. After all, Dr. Mikitoba was here studying his subject for some 60 years in total. 6 years? It's a long time to be studying abroad, isn't it? I lived with my grandmother in those years. So he left his newly born daughter behind and went overseas for 6 whole years? Jeez, man, I feel bad for her. It was a rather turbulent time at home. Oh? I'm sure you remember at least some of it, because I know I remember stuff when I was like 4 or 5. Actually, no, I remember stuff when I was 3 years old. Perhaps father wanted a reason to get away. What do you mean? Why? Well, clearly something was going on at the time. I have no idea what that could be. But he's not looking so trustworthy anymore. As much as I hate to say it. Alright, about Zeeks. I wanted to ask you about Lord Von Zeeks, actually. I heard that his older brother was killed some years ago by mass murderer known as the Professor, who targeted nobles and royalty. Is that right? You Japanese are a thorough lot. You've done your research well. Yes. And you could say it was that very incident that gave rise to the Reaper. What? Why? When his brother, Clint Von Zeeks, was murdered. It was just after a young Barak had graduated from the University of London and became a prosecutor. When obvious criminals who managed to evade conviction and started disappearing. Rumors quickly spread throughout the capital. Londoners started to say that wherever Barak Von Zeeks went, the ghost of his dead brother wasn't far behind. Oh my word! So, Lord Von Zeeks isn't the Reaper. It's the ghost of his brother? Ever since that time, he became a very aloof figure in London's legal circles. Oh yes, Lord Strongheart. Go ahead. It's about Professor Harebrain's experimental machine. We'd like your permission to examine the remains, if possible. Are you well versed in science, then? Not in the slightest. In fact, you could say I was barely aware of the subject at all until recently. Well, the special dispensation for legally preventing investigation of the machine is currently being annulled. Within a few hours, Dr. Sykes' team of forensic experts will begin their own investigation. But I suppose until then, there's no harm in you looking at the wreckage. That's not easy to touch nothing. Thank you. Being able to look at it is better than nothing. And I'll be able to see it too! Your time is up. What? You have to excuse me now, I'm afraid. My next engagement call. Oh, you're talking about talking to you. Okay. Jeez. You scared me. Gee, I thought we weren't going to be able to investigate anymore. We're extremely sorry to have troubled you when you are so busy, my lord. I have important matters to attend to in preparation for the symposium, you understand. Oh, I mean, if he just gave us permission. Oh wow, they just flat out added it. Oh, that's the forensics laboratory. No, I'm going to the experimentation stage. Oi, that's off limits up there! Try to sneak past me again and I'll stuff your other cars in front of the boss's fish and chips! Yes, please, I love fish and chips. I suppose we need special permission. What? Aww. Come on! I just got special permission. Do we need to go to the forensics laboratory first? Uh. Oh, oh, jeez! I just turned my head and popped it. Ah, that's gonna cause a headache. I don't know where I want to go. Oh, jeez, there's the headache. Do I want? There's so many places I can go. I can go to the prison. I can go to Madame Tussbell's. I can go to the forensics laboratory. The laboratory. Uh. Let me just see here. I'm gonna go to the forensics lab. See a new place. Oh, this is not at all what I expected. Jeez, this looks like a torture chamber. I believe this is it. Dr. Seitz's laboratory. The chemical smell really assaults the nose, and there's plenty to assault the eyes in here too. It also kind of reminds me of Shuichi's lab, but I'll just stop that there. It looks as though the doctor isn't here. But we're here now, so we may as well do something sightseeing, don't you think? What a seasoned tourist you become, Mrs. Sato. We could just have a little look around. Be careful not to upset any restless souls. Is that freaking blood on the table? Oh, I can't even examine it. Look at all the bottles on the shelves in those cabinets. What an assortment of chemicals. I swear if there's poison in one of those. These ones are labeled highly toxic. Damn it! I knew it. That's worrying. 'Cause there are also a lot of things that look like salt and pepper shakers in there. Oh, yes. And they actually say salt and pepper on them. Why is there salt and pepper mixed in with poisonous substances? The doctor probably spends a lot of time in this room, I suppose. Perhaps she has meals here sometimes. Life goes on, even when you're surrounded by death. I swear, if you jump scare me. It looks like an arrow and a crow up there. I know, and they haven't even twitched since we came in here. Oh no, they wouldn't have. The taxidermy mounts, Mr. Naruto. Ugh, I was afraid you were gonna say that. I've been trying very hard to tell myself they're just sleeping with their eyes open. Yes, I think perhaps you're wise, but something like your Daruma doll on display in the office instead. We got someone. We got a very slim person in here. Well, look at this. What a magnificent display case. The cherry wood has been polished to high sheen, and the intricate carving is a joy to behold. Western cabinet makers are very skilled, aren't they? Do you have nothing to say about the skeleton inside, Mr. Naruto? I was gonna say. Mrs. Sato, can't you tell I'm trying very hard to avoid talking about the terrifying contents of the case? It's how I cope! Oh, be sure to remember that from now on. Okay, I kinda like that. I suppose this is Dr. Seitz's desk. Ugh, I would not like to work in a place like this. It's very tidy though, isn't it? Imagine how efficiently she must work. The lighting is poor, which is bad for the eyes. And the chemical smell can't be good for you. Not to mention a skeleton watching over you as you work, which is definitely bad for the nerves. Well, yes, those are valid concerns, I suppose. I can just about cope with a one-eyed Daruma doll watching over me, but that's all. What about the torture supplies? A table and a set of sharp tools. When you consider each in isolation, it all looks quite innocent. But why is it that when you put them side by side, they seem so horribly disturbing? Might be best not to ponder it too deeply. See, the large tome that's open on the desk does make me wonder, though. How can anybody concentrate on bookwork with this acrid odor of chemicals in the air? You either have to cast iron on constitution, or really terrible sense of smell. Okay. I wasn't expecting a Dungeons and Dragons reference in this game, but okay. Those large jars seem to have pale things floating around inside them. I suppose they're fruit liquors or something. Or like the pickled um ume bo umeboshi plums we make back home. Father had jars like this in his laboratory as well. I expect they're human organs in a preserving solution. Probably as examples of some rare medical condition. Mr. Sato, there are some things in the world that is perfectly fine never to know about. Ever. Oh! So as I said, I'm sure they're fruit liquors or umeboshi, aren't they? Of course. I'm being so silly in here. Is there nothing else? Look, like I can't move the camera. I'm surprised we can't examine this table, even though it's clearly blood on it. Okay, there's nothing here. Okay, let's go to the prison and talk to and talk to our client. What the heck are you doing? Jeez, man. I'm trying to see if I can find E equals MC squared in here. Not seeing anything. What's he doing?
Oh my, the whole wall of the cell is covered in mathematical equations.
And he's still writing more now. Professor! Sorry to interrupt. Oh, there's more on the other wall, jeez.
Oh, Mr. No, who is this young lady? My name is Susato Mikatopa. I'm Mr. Neverheard's judicial assistant. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor. Oh, if only I met a refined young woman like you sooner. Now all this would have happened. No, that's not logical. That makes no sense at all.
Oh dear. I'm sorry if my presence here upsets you. I owe you an apology too, Professor. I didn't manage to deliver what I promised you I would in court this morning.
Oh no. The whole miserable affair. It all happened because I've been such a complete and utter clot.
Professor Hairbrain. What have you been working on yourself? Okay, I'll get a closer look here. I don't see equals MC squared. Unless it's completely going over my head. Did that even exist at this point in time? It must have. No, because Einstein was like from World War II or something like that. One of the world wars. So yeah, that wouldn't have existed yet, so that makes sense. But there is Pythagorean theorem over there, so he's doing frickin' trigonometry.
Oh, if you mean that, oh dear, how embarrassing! I was suddenly struck by an idea, you see, and I simply had to write it down. The wall was all I had to hand.
Oh, is it some new hypothesis? Something to surpass the super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, maybe?
No, actually, this is my autobiography.
Your autobiography in mathematical equations and scientific and scientific notation.
Your autobiography. How I was diddled and fiddled by Abbott Herding. I found I can represent my odd fortunes with only odd numbers in my ambitious set of simultaneous equations. Really? I'm going to have to pay back all my loans I took from my kinesis machine, you see? Those could be in a new series propagation of next month. Part 1, an odd birth, an odd upbringing.
Can't beat this man's optimism, that's for sure. I see. Well, for now, if you mind, we talked a little more about the case. Hang on, I'm gonna check something real quick. I also need a drink. This won't be long. Alright, hold on. Yeah, I forgot to do that. That's... Yeah, alright. Everything's all fixed now. See, oh, I think I might have already read that. If I didn't, then it's fine.
Oh, yes, of course. I've been working through the numbers. I was diddled, I was fiddled. By the pair of them. By Asmund, by the hollow engineer Dweber.
I said Dweber again. We're not going to have to sit through an explanation of all these equations, are we? Yeah, I sucked at trigonometry. Of all things. I mean, I can get, like, figuring out angles of a triangle easily, but, like, there was, like, some really weird stuff about trigonometry that just gets on my nerves. Even though I actually like math quite a bit.
Everything I believed in has been turned on its head. My research, Mr. Asmund, the kinesis machine. My hypothesis even.
Sorry it's come to this. There was really no other way.
No, it's not your fault. I wanted to protect my work, but in the end, there was nothing worth protecting. It was never my intention to deceive anyone. I didn't want to trick the public. No, of course you didn't. Went to court this morning, I realized something.
Oh?
If you'd done something wrong without knowing it, you still done something wrong. Logically, it makes no difference if you were aware of it or not. And used as a poor excuse. But blame still lies with me. Oh, Professor. He believed in me this morning, you know. Baroque did. Believe in my hypothesis.
Well, I think that was just a necessary factor in the prosecution establishing its case.
No. Baroque wouldn't do something like that. I'm sure he genuinely believed it. Did he? I think I understand now. Why was he decided to take on the prosecution in my trial, you mean? I mean...
Does he want to catch the supposed Reaper?
After the terrible incident happened, nobody would believe in my hypothesis anymore. Not the police, not the prosecution service, not any lawyers even.
I feel like I dealt some kind of finishing blow there.
So if any other prosecutor had taken the case, if it was anyone than Baroque, I'm sure the prosecution would declare my hypothesis like complete and utter nonsense. In that case, you would have declared a fraud yourself, Professor. Exactly. Which would have been worse than death for me.
Well, I guess that kind of makes sense.
Baroque insisted that I was a proper man of science from start to finish.
You think that's why he...
I know him very well indeed. He's an extremely kind-hearted soul. But an extremely kind-hearted soul spends all morning trying to paint you as a murderer, didn't he? Well, admittedly, that part of the analysis appears to have some flaws in it.
What about the whole Reaper side of things? How does that fit in with the kind of soul idea?
Do you think he set out to trick me from the very start?
I'm sorry to say, that does seem likely, yes.
When I first met him, he introduced himself as a wealthy financier. He looked at all of the paper I'd written and said my work would benefit all humanity and must be pursued. He was so enthused. He was so emphatic.
In reality, he was the mastermind of some vast criminal network, it seems.
I still can't believe it.
As the machine was
Essentially a set decoration for some sage magic. It probably didn't require a large amount of investment, actually.
but the scale of it. It wasn't some small trick. It was a very elaborate feat of deception.
All young scientists are full of hope about their burgeoning ideas, full of zeal. But none of us have any money. We want to do research, but we can't afford it. Many of us take on barely legal part-time work to try and earn a few measly pennies from key to Kenya. To go through all that, only be making for a complete fool. It's too rotten to believe.
It is, I agree. That's why we have to find those responsible and bring them to justice. Mr. Asman is no more, of course, which leaves only the engineer.
Mr. Enoch Drebber.
Okay, now time to talk about Drebber. Is he an engineer, or a magician, or a swindler? He's all three.
It was about a year ago when Mr. Osmond first brought Drebber to me in my laboratory. I met him many times to discuss the details about the kinesis machine.
At no point did you have any inkling that he was just an illusionist.
Oh, he definitely wasn't just an illusionist.
What do you mean?
He was a wealth of deep scientific knowledge. There's no question that the man's a genuine scientist. It's instantly apparent in conversation.
I see.
But the wretched man deceived you, Professor. It's unforgivable. We must do everything we can to find him and bring him to justice. Are there no more clues you can give us to his, as to his whereabouts? I'm sorry. We only ever discussed the kinesis machine. Nothing else. Although, just once, I did visit his workshop.
Oh. What workshop?
Drebber's an enormous fabrication laboratory where he constructed my great machine.
Why didn't you mention this before? Jeez, man. And not Drebber's workshop. There's every chance we might find the man there. Where the flippin' heck is this? So you've been to Drebber's place of work, then?
Yes, just once you understand. It was an enormous place. Plenty of room to construct the kinesis machine, you see.
Can we find it? We have to go there at once. There's a good chance that we'll find Drebber in there.
Well, yes. Definitely. I'm sure, as in, I'm sure you're not going to want to hear this. But I have absolutely no idea where the walk ship is at all. I'm so sorry.
It's more than half expecting that.
You see, I was blindfolded in the carriage the entire way there.
What? He blindfolded you? He wasn't taking any chances then.
The place was incredible, a pinnacle of modern engineering. Even the oil he used was the very best. Special French machine oil that's impossible to obtain with Britain. Ah, the indescribable scent of that deported oil. Feeders across the world should forget their scent and formulate that and use that instead.
What do you think, Mr. Sato? Air the machine for your next birthday?
I've never used any kind of perfume, Mr. Naruto. I'm not sure I'd like to start with that. I don't suppose you know even the part of the workshop's address, Professor. You don't have a business card for Mr. Trevor, for example.
Man was clearly very cautious, Mr. Sato. I'm sure he said, wow!
Yes, I do. He gave me a business card once.
It's right here, look. Oh, what? He actually did have a business card.
What? Let me see that.
Throw etiquette to the wind, why don't you?
Ed Tripper, engineer. I'm afraid that's all it says. There's no address.
No? Oh, well, I can't say I'm surprised. Still, this could be useful. Well, we got new evidence finally. An hour into the stream. Well. Alright, spend a lot more time investigating here. Did I miss something? Does this box? I saw the box. Oh, I guess I never checked the book. Look at this big, thick book here.
Ah, it appears to be a lot accounting ledger. It's a record of the investigation team spending, I think. Oh?
What is it?
It's clear that the team purchased various equipment and supplies on a monthly basis, but... Well, one entry seems rather strange.
Really? In what way?
You're buying 500 scalpels every month.
500 scalpels? 500? They must be working really hard on dissecting corpses.
Shh. I don't know. Judicial autopsies are only carried out in certain special circumstances. And scalpel blades can be sharpened too.
It does seem a bit strange, you're right. 500 scalpels a month. What could they possibly be using all of them for?
What are you doing?
Ah! Hi, girl. Sorry, we had something we wanted to ask you, but you weren't here, so...
So you thought you'd snoop around. That's acceptable from you people in the East, is it? What do you want?
Lord Strongheart told us, you see. That it was you who examined the victim's body. Mr. Aspen's body, I mean.
So I came to ask you about your findings on Lord Strongheart's advice. Very well. If the Lord Chief Justice has given his consent, I'll tell you what our investigation revealed. But when we're done, you must leave immediately.
Alright, well. New person, new opportunity. Learner's badge! Dr. Scythe, would you be good enough to take a look at this?
Oh, you think I'm good enough, do you?
Ah, no, I didn't mean.
So I'm not good enough. In that case, why would you show me anything?
Clearly, you're too good for me to show you anything again. Ever. Alright, well, that was a complete waste of time. That is the wrong button. That's literally the only thing here.
So, you want to know what the forensic investigation team determined from its examination of the scene? The victim, Mr. Odie Asman, who disappeared from the experimentation station in an explosion. And then Mr. Asman, who appeared moments later partway up the Crystal Tower. Were without a question, one and the same person. That is the team's conclusion.
Boy, that can't be right.
If it wasn't a hacker trick, we can only speculate about how it was carried out. Let's see. Two people who look very similar to each other were involved. They could have made it appear as if one single person had switched places, couldn't they? Very true. But sadly, in this instance, that was not the case. The man who disappeared and the man who subsequently reappeared was the same person. The fingerprints of the scene make that quite evident.
Ah, fingerprints. Crap, she just got fingerprints.
They're not officially recognized as forensic evidence in the British justice system, but one day they'll be used as investigative aid, as a matter of course. Oh my! But that would mean that the instantaneous cases actually took place. So, where does that leave us? My team was tasked with investigating, not drawing conclusions.
Instantaneous kinesis is impossible. And if the body did move from one place to the other, this hasn't been cleared. This hasn't cleared anything up at all. It's made the whole thing even more of a mystery. What the heck? What the?
Mama, what is this?
Ah, where did she spring from? And did you just call the doctor Mama?
This is a lawyer. Oh!
Hello, to meet you. Pleased to meet you. Yes, I'm a defense lawyer.
Mama,
Yes.
can I cut this one up?
What? Oh gosh!
I've never seen the inside of an Eastern person before. I want to know what it looks like. Of course you can't. It's a live specimen, as you can see, very well see. Bye.
I think I just had a near-death experience.
Oh dear, Mr. Naruto.
You're as pale as a corpse. We're as pale as those two right there. Let's leave before I'm mistaken for one. Oh, I can examine her, but is this just gonna bring the conversation again? So, what are you doing at the moment, Doctor?
Keeping a close eye on things, so no impertinent Easterners think that they can look around my office.
There's such impertinent Easterners around? How terrible.
Yes, you.
Wow, she didn't beat around the bush. She didn't mince her word, Mrs. Sato.
I think perhaps it's the time we left.
Alright, let's actually get out of here. It feels somewhat cool down here. It still seems the same. So that means the last place we haven't gone yet is Madame Tuspel's. I wonder why we have to go here. I wonder if we could talk to that police officer.
Oh my, no wonder why it's called the House of Horrors. I like to turn on my heels and go straight home, via the confectionery.
Being scared makes you crave sweets. I can understand that.
I was looking forward to her after 6 months away, but there's no sign of Mr. Sholmes anywhere.
That's strange. He should be here investigating the abduction of the waxwork. Oh well. I suppose we'll just have to come back again later. Are you sure? Alright, well. Huh. Wait, what? Hold on, what did he give us again? Oh, the business card. What if? Oh, wait, he's busy. I can't talk to him. Okay, well. I figured it out as soon as I clicked it. By chance. What if I present this to him? Gina, would you take a look at... Oh, where did it go? Look for this, Oda! When did you do that? I wonder if you got anything else to show me, eh? What you reckon? Give up that back first, please! Oh! Okay. So I just have to talk to her again. Gina, we were actually hoping that we can investigate the scene again. Yeah, right. It's been around. If it's around here, you can do what you like. Oh, that's alright, is it? I've already heard all this. Haven't? Yeah, I've heard all this. Can't go up there. We'll get new text eventually. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Actually, we've just recently been to see Lord Strongheart.
You what? You met him? Last time the boss was called to go and see him. He was waiting for 3 hours at the Cope's office and came back sniping it. Tragic.
Well, Lord Strong has given us permission to examine the scene as long as we touch nothing.
Oh, yeah? Honestly. Oh, honestly. I thought he was going to say more than that. Alright then, go ahead. If it turns out you're lying, be the boss who gets it. He'll never eat another chip again in his life. What a shame. So, you're saying all this is above board, are you?
I'm sure everything will be fine.
That really would be tragic. Alright then, in the stairs. Off you go.
Oh, thank you, Gina.
Alright, well. Now, just examine this? Is that what we need to do? These stairs lead up to the experimentation stage. Let's go and see what we can find out. Alright, it's still absolutely trashed. The machine is just flat out gone. Oh, actually, no, never mind. I forgot the whole thing's in the machine. I thought there was something in the... Oh, wait, dude, I'm stupid. The thing in between was the cage, the bird cage. Oh, jeez, I actually did not read that. Hold on.
Oh my! So this is the machine that was used to deceive people into thinking instantaneous kinesis had taken place.
Yes, that's right. Rather, it was the machine. It's a little worse for wear at the moment.
What extraordinary lengths Professor Hairbrain went into in order to obtain the research grant.
No. The professor was tricked as well. He didn't know anything about it.
Yes, of course. It's amazing, though, isn't it? The scale of the whole affair is so very British.
You're right about that. Never seen such a grand reception in Japan, that's for sure.
Oh, look, is that...
Oh, I think you were looking at the Ferris wheel for a second.
Lord Von Zieks?
Hey, buddy, how's it going? So I think we're more or less done here, aren't we? Shall we go, Mrs. Otto?
Already?
He is the Reaper, remember? We do well to keep our distance, I think.
But we have we had permission to be here from the top. We're perfectly well allowed to investigate the machine, as long as we don't touch anything.
From the top? Do you mean Lord Strongheart?
Exactly. So we can stay here and stare at the wreckage for as long as we like.
She could have been in the center of the explosion here and it wouldn't have bent her steel will. Alright. Now, finally gonna actually investigate this for real. But I want to talk to Zeke's first. Least approachable man in the world winner 10 years in a row.
Be strong, Mr. Naruto. Your country and your system stand firm behind you.
Lord Von Zeeks. What? Well, beautiful weather we're having, isn't it? I thought I was making it quite clear that I didn't want to be disturbed. Apparently you Nipponese are unequipped to read the signs. Oh, I read them. So, what are you doing here? Entry to this area is prohibited. Ah, well, the thing is...
Lord Chief Justice Strongheart granted us permission to investigate, on the condition that we didn't disturb anything.
And yet you managed to disturb me. Crap, we broke the rules. Get out of here. Ah! Never mind. State your business then. Come to think of it, there are quite a few things I'd like to ask Lord Von Zeeks about. Not least of which that it is that awful case, even though it's nothing to do with this.
Ask away, Mr. Naruto. You won't know unless you try.
I've always loved this song. This song's so good. Oh boy, here we go. So, Clint was the name of your older brother, I understand. Lord Von Zeeks. Nipponese. I always have to be on guard whenever you're around. So you've been investigating me, haven't you? No, it's not like that. Alright, it is a bit like that. My older brother was also a prosecutor. He was the pride of the Von Zeeks family. But tragically, a vicious killer took him from us. The professor, you mean? Is something funny? That's the extent of what you discovered, is it? I should be surprised. Sorry. There's more to it then? Lackluster work is very much your trademark, isn't it? You're too kind. Are you gonna tar all Nipponese with the same brush next? So tell me, what's your interest in that historic incident?
As it happens, Lord Von Zeeks, it's a rather curious case that's come to our attention. Are you aware of the Madame Tussbell's Museum of Waxwork by any chance?
I am. Naturally. I believe that since last month I featured in one of the displays there, for public scorn. Of course the infamous Reaper of the Bailey would have to be exhibited, wouldn't he?
Well, a particular waxwork has been stolen from the place and held for ransom.
A particular waxwork? Which... Wait, you mean? Yes, it's the professor. I forgot about that. I freaking forgot about that. Mr. Sholmes is investigating the case as we speak.
I was unaware of that.
He turned as white as a sheet. Jeez, man, how did I forget about that? Are the police trying to locate the engineer, Mr. Drebber, already?
Sure, they get also not to say.
We're very keen to see him found as well. Found? The trouble is, we don't have much to go on aside from the description of the man we heard in court earlier. Which, according to Professor Harebrain, was of a tall, thin gentleman who has straight white hair and wears a black monocle. So I was just wondering. I mean, I realize it's possible, possibly not possible, but we very much appreciate any more clues you can give us. Wow, Sadison really knows how to take the bull by the horns.
Fine. Why not? A photograph of the man here from investigation 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah, we actually have the man. He looks awfully familiar. Damn it, what's his name from Apollo Justice? It's not Clavier Gavin, it's Christoph Gavin. He kind of looks like Christoph Gavin, but with an eye patch. And a top hat.
Though it appears he already had that black monocle at the time. What?
Oh, oh, nothing. I was just surprised that you shared that with us.
We all need the man's testimony in court tomorrow, which means we have to do everything we possibly can to track him down in the short time available. So why wouldn't I show you the photograph?
Good point. What is it about Lord Von Zeeks? Sometimes I just can't work him out at all. You know, I have an idea. Oh, hi. You're also here?
The file requested for the trial tomorrow. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You haven't seen him yet. Are you alright? Who is this man, Mr. Naruto? Lord Von Zeek's apprentice, apparently. So I'm not the only one. Sada-san can see it too. Lord Von Zeeks, may we speak with your apprentice for a moment?
With him? Why?
And he's gone. Kazuma-sama! What? Oh, no. Kazuma? I don't believe it. Your posture, your presence. It can only be... It's you, isn't it, Kazuma-sama? Then what was the broken egg? Oh, it was probably because stupid freaking Sholmes. Felt something strange the very first time I encountered this cloaked figure. Well, I kind of figured he was Japanese too, but I didn't want to say anything. But if it's actually Cosmo, then that's crazy. As if I knew him somehow. Can it really be you, Kazuma? Wait! Too late.
What's going on here?
we're still talking to you apparently.
What is your interest in my apprentice exactly? You act as if you know the man or something.
Well, since when has he been in your care? I don't recall you having an apprentice before I left Britain 6 months ago.
Lord Strongheart introduced him to me about 3 months ago now, with instructions to mentor him as a prosecutor.
But he didn't tell you why, did he?
The man appears to be suffering from amnesia. He's forgotten every last detail about himself.
Ah, well, I guess if it is Cosmo, then that's probably that would be like the main catalyst of him falling and nearly breaking his neck. He has amnesia?
Tomorrow, he will appear in court at my side.
Oh, jeez. Gee, when was we've? Wow, the prosecutor having a sidekick. That's only ever happened in Spirit of Justice. That's crazy. What?
He used to serve as my judicial assistant on Lord Strongheart's orders.
He'll be in court with us?
No then, unless I'm much mistaken, I believe this conversation has run its course.
Oh, yes, thank you. I definitely saw a reaction there. Sasato's called out like that, it really seemed to hit a nerve. She called out, Kazuma-sama. Well, great, now we got this music as we're investigating the scene. What a terrible explosion it must have been. Even the steel girders are buckled and twisted in the blast. Oh, hold on, there's stuff going on. I'll be right back, I need to check a few things. Check what's going on. Alright. Craziness is over. I'm back.
It's getting late.
Whenever I pick up my controller after an interruption, I always accidentally push the right trigger. And what they call the birdcage was right in the middle of it all, just here. Oh look, Miss Naruto, the metal grill on the floor. Looks as though it's designed to open. It does, doesn't it? The floor had opened at the precise moment of the explosion occurred. At the precise moment the explosion occurred, the birdcage could have dropped through and disappeared from sight. Oh, well, okay. I see. I don't think there's any doubt that this was a very elaborate hoax, is there? So even the platform is forged. Let's look at the actual device. Look at the home street transmitting device. Isn't it amazing? That's exactly what I thought when I first saw it. Makes you think, doesn't it? If only it had been just a normal horn, none of this would have happened. That's almost exactly what I thought as well. I bet I can predict what you're going to say next in that case. You're about to say, nothing ever goes to plan, aren't you? Oh no, I would never say something like that. I think we struck a nerve. Hot air balloons. However much I look at them, I just can't come to terms with those Tamari handballs floating in the sky. You've been glaring at them constantly since we came up here. Sorry, the feelings of wanting to ride one and wanting to never set foot in one are fighting it out inside me. If you don't look where you're walking, you might fall from the stage. I don't think I noticed. That's how fiercely the battle inside me is raging. Oh boy. I think you should make peace with riding in one, Mr. Naruto. It really would be much safer that way. I don't think he's particularly scared of heights. I hear riding on the Ferris wheel is a favorite romantic outing among young London couples. I think the romance would be slightly spoiled by the abject terror personally. I'm not a Londoner. Are you a little scared of heights, Mr. Naruto? It's not that I'm scared, not at all. Just that staying on the ground seems so much safer. Maybe he is scared of heights. Maybe I'm just completely wrong. Maybe he's got the same protagonist like fear that Phoenix and Apollo had. Not Athena for some reason. Well, perhaps I should ask Iris Mrs. Sholmes to accompany me on it in that case. Let me put it like that. Part of me does want to give it a try. Oh dear, it's complicated for you, isn't it? Yeah, he's kind of complicated when it comes to that. What the heck is this? This wasn't here yesterday. Yeah, this wasn't here. Is this the cage? Really? If I'm not mistaken, it's the cage in which the victim was standing before he was apparently beamed through the air. That's right, the bird cage. According to what Professor Hairbrain said in court, it's made of wood. I guess you were right there. Or precisely, Japanese cypress, I think. Despite having been in an explosion and falling from a great height, it's relatively unharmed. Well, there's a little... It looks like one of the seams has come off. Like one of the corners. What a wonderfully durable construction. What wonderfully durable construction, wouldn't you say, Mr. Naruto? I understand that the forensic investigation team has taken away yesterday to examine it. I suppose they must have brought it back here when they finished their work. But sadly, not with the body inside it. No, that's right. I never given strict instructions not to touch anything. But still, this is too important a piece of evidence to overlook. We might need it for the trial. What, we're gonna just carry the entire thing into the courtroom? Oh, that was it. Okay. You'd already met that masked man, hadn't you, Mr. Naruto? Yes. Yesterday, in fact, at Lord Van Zeek's office. I see. Wait, you went to his office? And if Kazuma-sama really is still alive, it means that Mr. Sholmes lied to us. I know. I'm going to need to speak to him about that.
You're going to have to leave now.
I forgot about you, jeez.
The forensic investigation team is due to arrive shortly. If they find you here, it will cause problems.
What sort of problems? We have permission and all.
Foreign affairs problems.
Oh. Well, we can do without that. Alright, we'll be on our way. Let's go, Mr. Sato. Of course. Hey girl, how's it going? That's the wrong button. I just want to see if there's any new talking points. Oh. Man, I wanted to present the freaking I wanted to present this to him. Because I could This is still gonna do nothing, right? If I show this to you oh, that's not right. Oh, I know. Hold on, I never checked. I guess I never did check this. Stark smudge here. It's like perhaps this machine oil. Okay, well I did have the right idea. I just have to look at it first. Ah yes, possibly. Professor Harebrain mentioned something about that oil Mr. Drebber uses, didn't he? He said it was specially imported. Specially imported, very high quality oil that's impossible to obtain in Britain. Yes, that's right, but more importantly, that it's more fragrant than the finest perfume. So excuse me for a moment. No, it doesn't appear to have any scent at all. Damn it. Don't worry, I expect it's just because there's such a tiny amount on here. Okay. Well, I guess we can look at the other evidence while we look at this. I don't know. What's this? I can barely read that. So that's just a picture of the man. Wood bird cage. So it's definitely damaged here a little bit. There's the base, and it definitely looks like it could fall down, and also the bottom is damaged. I think that's damaged at least. I could check it, I guess. Ah, look here, Mrs. Sato. Oh yes, the wood's cracked and broken a little. I suppose it fell from such a height. Give me a second. Alright. That should be the last interruption of the night. I had to check the dog's water. It was low. Alright. Alright, let's continue this. Yes, from the height at which the balloon was flying down to the crystal tower below. Fall about 30 feet, or 9 meters. Leaving the man inside leaving the man inside tragically dead. So we found the crack at the base. So that means that it landed on the ground kind of like this, because it smushed the bottom part and left this part cracked. Alright. It's, yeah, actually, you know what? Hold on, I might, I don't know how much longer the investigation is. I'm sure we've asked everything there. Oh. Oh, it's right, because I need to because I need to freaking ask. Jeez, man, I investigated the card a bit, and then I had to check the dog's water. And I completely forgot that I learned about the stain on the back of this card. I'm gonna present this. About this, Gina. Yeah, I'm still learning my letters at the moment. Oh no, A to E! So I ain't too much bleeding trouble. Actually, Gina, it's the back of the card that's important. How come? It's just some dirty old smudge on the back, that's all. Turns out this is very high quality French machine oil. It's a very particular scent, apparently. You don't say. Let's have a whiff then. You sure? I don't smell enough. No, we didn't mean that you should smell it. Alright, you mean Toby? Yeah, I wanted to get the dog in on this. He says the smell is so good he could track people over the oceans, can't he? That's not what she meant, Mr. Naruto. Professor Hairbrains informs us that this oil is unique to Mr. Trevor's workshop. I think he's picked up a scent. So you mean, if he follows the scent of this oil, Toby can lead us to the Dodgy Cove's workshop? That's right. That's exactly what we're hoping. Hopefully he doesn't lead us to freaking food like the other dog does. Alright then, we'll give it a go. I just borrowed that. Wait, when did you... What's a pickpocket? Once a pickpocket, always a pickpocket. If I can lead everyone to the Trevor's workshop, I'll be the boss's boss for next week. Oh yes, Gina. How shall you be promoted? Poor Gregson. Right then, Oda, leave it to me. Sorry. We're gonna get after the Georgie Indianese Cove right this minute. Oh, but hang on. Someone's supposed to be on guard duty here all the time. Afraid we can't help. We need to get on with our investigation as well, Gina. Alright. Oh well, never mind. It ain't gonna be me what gets in the neck. It'll be the boss. Poor Gregson. Again. Ready, Toby? Got the oil stand, have you? Come on then, boy. See you later. I do hope the scent of the oil leads into the Swindler's workshop. Yes, I hope so too. Ideally before the dog swims across the channel to France. Well, I think we've done all investigating we can here for now. If we could just determine the whereabouts of Mr. Drebber. I'm sure Gina and little Toby won't let us down. Now then, do you think we ought to try and speak with Mr. Shaw at this point? We have things to discuss, and I'm dying to meet him again after all these months. Yes, it's quite possible he might know something useful. You're right. We have to find him at Madame Tuspel's. He's supposed to be working there as a temporary waxwork exhibit. Yes, Cyrus told me all about his latest unusual venture. Alright, well. Hopefully this is the last time we have to do anything in this investigation sequence. So I'll just go here and talk to him and end it off. Here we are again at the House of Horrors. I'm afraid I haven't gotten used to this place yet. I still like to turn on my heels and go straight home via the confectionery. Sada-san really is after something sweet today, isn't she? Eek! What's the matter? Look, Mr. Naruto, look at that waxwork! Quite sure it wasn't there before. It looks exactly like Mr. Sholmes, down to the very last. You friggin' idiot! Aha! What is it? Oh, sorry. I think you'll find that's the temporary waxworks himself. Oh, geez, hi. The
under my dedicated employee.
Oh yes, hello again. It's Ryunosuke. Ryunosuke never heard of.
I must say, my great spellbound detective. He's an my precious waxwork is already back to the appearance.
You don't mean...
But yes, the mysterious sword already.
Oh jeez, you found it. Wow, Mr. Sholmes can really engage his brain when he's hungry enough.
So he's the tenderest habitual duties.
Yes.
His habitual duties? Allah, do not disturb her.
Poor Susato-san, she looks very perplexed. Alright, dude, we gotta talk to you. That's not the right thing. Alright. Come out.
I really do need to speak with Mr. Sholmes, and I am longing to say hello again. Where is he?
I think you might find that he's quite nearby, actually.
Oh? What are you? Indeed, my dear fellows, it is I. The world famous great detective in waxwork, Sherlock Sholmes.
She fainted. Susato-san. Susato-san. Oh no. Oh, I feel so bad.
My most humble apologies. I thought I died and got to eternal paradise for a moment, via London. My dear madam, allow me to make amends by offering you a tasty free deduction at some point.
Well, at least he knows she likes sweets. As long as it's not of questionable street food quality.
I don't understand. Why are you working as a waxwork here, Mr. Sholmes? Merely a secret identity, you understand. Though the case is largely solved now. Largely solved?
We're talking about the waxwork abduction, I presume.
Indeed, we are right, fellow. As I predicted, it was as easy as proverbial pie. Though I confess, I'm an expert at taking pie, proverbial or otherwise, or any food so far for that matter.
Dude, get some freaking food! That stomach rumble echoed around the whole museum. So how'd you manage to solve it so quickly?
Well, do remember, I said it was largely solved. Anyway, I simply negotiated with the culprit. Are you familiar with the so-called telephone? Oh yes, it's a most modern invention, allowing you to hold a conversation with people far away. Japan, only the imperial capital and a handful of other cities are connected as yet. This morning, a telephone call was received here from the perpetrator of the abduction. As such, I there to negotiate terms. In the end, the waxworks was returned.
That's amazing.
Just between you and I. It would appear the culprit has always intended to return the stolen waxwork in any event. Oh, I thought whoever was responsible had demanded a ransom, no?
Geez, sorry about that burp.
Yes, I think perhaps the ransom demand was necessary to avoid unwanted suspicion regarding the true motive. But does that not mean the negotiating was entirely unnecessary? In fact, I must ask you to keep from Madame Tussmills at all costs. A hungry young Iris awaits my return to Baker Street after all.
Poor Iris.
Now then, so I sense that you have some business with this great waxwork.
Yeah. Enoch Drebber. We're in the process of trying to track somebody down.
Oh? Yes, a man by the name of Enoch Drebber. He's the swindler who duped Professor Hairbrain and the engineer who built the kinesis machine. A swindler? And an engineer? quite the modern man.
He also seems to be a conjurer of sorts too, with considerable knowledge of stage magic. We really need to locate him before the trial resumes tomorrow morning. But we have so few clues to go on, that's the trouble. Do you have any good ideas?
I have no data. It's a capital mistake to have good ideas before one has data. If I knew something of the man's appearance, at least, I'd be in a better position to help.
Yes, Drebber's appearance. Oh, I gotta show him the photograph then. Learn it. Oh no, I'll save that meme for when I actually show him that.
Fortunately, however, presently, I've learned to occupy myself in a little fill in my stomach. As you find your clue, no matter how small, I shall gladly give you my thoughts on it.
I was expecting his stomach grumble. Mr. Sholmes, did you lie to us?
My dear Naruto, stay that piercing stare. What is this about? Last winter, when we were first on our way to Britain aboard the steamship, your words were very clear. So then, let us unravel this mystery.
Okay, actually, this is a flashback, so I'm not gonna read this.
You told us that it was a murder, and you examined Kazuma-sama's body. Indeed, and where lies the problem?
We met him earlier today. The victim, Kazuma Asaji.
You quite sure? He was wearing some sort of mask, was apparently suffering from amnesia. But yes, I'm quite sure it was Kazuma-sama. You must have known at the time, Mr. Sholmes, that he wasn't actually dead. Well, I can only assume I was swept up in the murderous atmosphere of the moment.
The fellow wasn't dead at all. You idiot. Priceless.
I don't suppose that performance would pass muster, would it, Mr. Naruto?
Why are you so upfront about this? I could believe that the crewman present at the time made a mistake. But not you, Mr. Sholmes.
I will now tell you something of the first importance.
Yeah, I did read that right.
My dear fellow. Great detectives are wont to lie. It will serve you well to remember that.
Please, Mr. Sholmes.
Tomorrow in court, you'll find yourself on the threshold of a very great mystery. For now, I'm afraid that is all I can say.
Alright, well, fine. I guess we'll figure this out eventually. Well, you want a picture of the man? Look at this graph! Mr. Sholmes, would you cast your eyes over this photographic print?
It's of Miss Enoch Drebber. The face of the engineer we seek. Well, all Englishmen look broadly the same, of course. So looking at the photograph won't be particularly instructive.
Are you alright, Mr. Sholmes?
Ah yes, forgive me. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed.
What's wrong, Mr. Sholmes? You turned quite pale all of a sudden.
I was interested, Mr. Naruto. Will you indulge me?
Oh? What is it?
As I explained to you when you arrived, the missing waxwork has been returned. I personally reinstalled it to the exhibit from which it was taken, behind those thick curtains.
Oh, yes. The professor exhibit, isn't it?
Would you like to see it? For mere 5 shillings. It's a special, one-time only price, you understand. What? The opportunity won't come again, I might add. Would you like to see the fruits of my labor? Oh! We do have a rather pressing investigation to carry out. Perhaps we could postpone? The price of it is very reasonable, 5 shillings. I think you'll find it's well worth it.
Are you being quite serious, Mr. Sholmes?
Surely you only need my profession to ascertain if this is a serious silliness.
can never tell with you, that's the point.
Very well, it could hurt. Here's your 5 shillings.
So at least I don't have to pay.
Gratefully received. So the special exhibit. The special exhibit waits behind the curtain. I invite you to peruse it at your leisure.
Or leisure. I think the British say it leisure, I still say it leisure.
Well, the money's been spent, so let's go and see the special exhibit.
To those heavy curtains at last. $5 we've had to pay. It doesn't seem right somehow that Mr. Sholmes slipped the money into his own pocket, does it?
No. Ah, we can ask Gina to retrieve it for us, using her special skills.
Pickpocketing police officers and diddling detectives. This is what makes Britain great. But not to mention demigod prosecutors taking the law into their own hands, or chip-loving inspectors.
Inspector Grayson comes off rather well in that list, I think.
Okay, what do we have? Who is this professor? What? His head is gone.
Oh dear. I felt a shiver run down my spine as soon as we walked in here.
Mr. Sato. I say we turn our heels and go straight home. We have a really big confectionery.
We certainly could do that. We paid 5 shillings already.
True. What's with that creepy owl? His eyes are glowing. Actually, now I'm looking a little more closely. We paid good money to see an exhibit that's clearly incomplete. The nerve of the great diddling detective is far more terrifying than anything else in its place.
This must be what Mr. Sholmes meant when he said the case was largely solved.
Be that as it may, Mr. Sholmes heavily implied that there'd be a clue about the engineer in here, didn't he? But where? Since we paid 5 shillings, let's do 5 shillings. Yeah, 5 shillings worth of investigation, shall we?
Yes, we will get what we paid for.
Is that fear or frustration that's making Susato-san's voice tremble? Alright. I'm interested now. Don't jump. Oh, okay. I was gonna say don't jump scare me, but I don't think the owl is gonna. I can't examine the owl. Oops, I missed.
This must be the killer. The fiend knows the professor.
Yes, I think so. According to what Matt Taspel said, he's killed 5 victims, all of noble royal blood.
The waxworks is so lifelike, isn't it? Like all the models in this place.
I know. It looks like it could start moving at any moment, doesn't it? If only I had a head, that is. Perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. I can't move the camera at all. So we don't have the head.
So this is a condemned man.
Yes, the so-called professor.
Then perhaps his head was chopped up by a guillotine. But I didn't find peace. He emerged from his grave as
Do you have to entertain such terrifying ideas, Mr. Sato? Anyway, I'm sure the model had a head once. There's a metal fitting for it, see?
Then perhaps Mr. Sholmes absentmindedly forgot to
reattach it. Get it? Absent-minded? Because no head? That's an extremely absent-minded detective you're describing, isn't it?
Perhaps. The thief's absent-mindedly forgot to include the head
when he or she returned to the museum? And that would be an extremely absent-minded thief. What the heck? Could there have been some reason why only the head wasn't returned? Well, whatever the reason. means we don't know what the face of this infamous professor looked like, did we? It's not gonna be that easy. Oh? There's something caught just inside the convict's jacket here. Wait, in the jacket? I was looking at the hand. It looks like a piece of broken glass, and it's quite a big piece, too. It's very thick, about it. About 5 times thicker than normal window glazing, I'd say. Where could such a thick piece of glass have come from, I wonder? I suppose it must have been made thick to increase its strength. But why? Well, perhaps because the glass had to span a particularly wide area, such as in a big building, for example. Well, we've seen a large glass building recently, haven't we? And some of the glass is broken too. You don't mean... Exactly. The Crystal Tower at the Great Exhibition. Why would glass from the Crystal Tower be lodged inside this waxware's jacket? It makes you think, doesn't it? I knew that the waxwork had to be involved with the case. I knew there was some sort of doppelganger involved. Early inquiry established that the kinesis experiment was a trick. Now we discovered this fragment of glass here in this waxwork. Is it just a coincidence? What else is there? I can't look at his hand. That it? Looks like it. Who's this man? It's part of the exhibit. It's just as disturbing as the rest. It looks so real. Seems to be a young man in a white overcoat. And he has a large shovel in his hand too. Look, it's stomping the gravekeeper. I'm just kidding. Perhaps we should investigate it in a little more detail. Jeez, it looks like it moved. Oh, jeez, now we can actually rotate the camera. Oh gosh, what the heck? His face is so creepy. Oh my goodness. I can't see his face very well, can you? Perhaps I might just... Oh, do you think you should be manhandling the exhibit, Mr. Naruto? I put it back exactly as it was, don't worry. Ah! Well, what on earth? How can... I don't believe it. A black monocle. Wow, that really is a monocle. It's like a camera lens almost. Mr. Naruto, is it possible this man is... Yes. It's Enoch Drebber. Well, Enoch Drebber with brown hair. I guess. The color of his hair is different, but it's unmistakably him. Indeed it is. Uh-oh. Oh, hi. Mr. Sholmes. This man is the subject of your present hunt, I believe. Yes, that's right. Just who is this man? Why is he here in this exhibit? And why does the convict behind him have no head? The head was missing when the model was returned by the thief who stole it. What a surprise. The case isn't yet solved, is it? Did I not say so myself? Largely solved, were my words, I believe. The most lucky of the missing head to the suite, Madame must say, or I'll be in grave trouble. I'm very hungry, Irish. Still waits my return to Baker Street, preferably with rations. Ah! Do you know, though, something about this room is strange. Strange? What do you mean? Well, the displays in the House of Horrors are supposed to depict real events, are they not? Indeed, you are, Mrs. Sato. Do go on. And as terrifying as they are, the scenes in the other exhibits are believable. But this one... This surely couldn't ever really happen, could it?
It's time I educated you a little. But the nature of the incidents involving the professor 10 years ago.
Oh no. That is the wrong button. Jesus, this is going on longer than I thought, but I'm gonna keep going. I still feel like I'm near the end of this. Resurrected convict.
I believe I told you a little about the professor yesterday, did I not? He took the lives of 5 victims. Everyone being either a member of the aristocracy or royalty. All were attacked by an enormous hunting hound and had their throats ripped from their bodies.
What? They were killed by a dog? What is this? Jeez, I'm trying to remember that man's name from Prosecutor's Path, Case 2. The assassin with the bell. Why can't I think of his name? Oh, Sir M. Dogan. That's the name. Since when is Sir M. Dogan and his dog coming back into this?
Oh gosh, an enormous hound? How awful. After taking the life of his first victim, or the 5th victim, the killer was apprehended. It was a case of unprecedented magnitude in Britain, you see, understand. Accordingly, the professor was tried in a closed court. The members of the public were permitted.
A closed court. So you need the professor's identity.
As you surmise, my dear fellow, his identity was never made public. Naturally, he was found guilty and was summarily sentenced to death by hanging. He was buried in his grave at Lowgate Cemetery, which adjoins the rear of the prison where he had been held. However, that was not the end of the affair.
Oh!
The very night that he was buried, the convicted man came back to life.
Came back to life?
He clawed his way out of the ground and emerged into the moonlit graveyard.
Was he not hanged enough? Yeah, was he prematurely prematurely left after the hanging? So he was still barely alive?
The exhibit here depicts that very scene as described by the sole witness to those chilling events. There was a witness, but of course, my dear fellow, it was none other than the young man in the white overcoat.
Enoch Trevor. He saw it happen. Oh, shut up, dog. Just because we're talking about a killer hound doesn't mean you can start barking. Young witness. Sup? Oh. Hey, Dean, how's it going? I'm near the end of this, but thanks for showing up. So this is a waxwork model of Enoch Dripper.
10 years ago, the convicted professor, having been gibbeted and buried, emerged from his grave in the dead of night. The sole witness to the unimaginable scene was this young man. From appearances, I would say he was about 20 years old. It's so horrifying. Scared out of his wits, the young Trevor ran to a nearby police station to report the incident. In the sheer terror of what he had seen, is said to have turned his hair white overnight.
Yes, as shown as the photograph that we have of him. His hair is completely white.
For the following few days, the story of what he had seen was on every front page in the capital. The public was frantic for every last detail about the killer who had come back to life. As you've seen, an exhibit was even created here as a map to spells. I can quite understand why this man's hair turned white, certainly. What I don't understand is what Mr. Trevor was doing in the first place. In a lonely graveyard in the middle of the night.
Yes. What was he up to? That's a good question. That's a really good question. Oh, okay. Following the execution.
The professor's acts of terror threw London's upper classes into a complete panic 10 years ago. It was a great scandal, one might say, at the very highest levels of society. And since the killer's identity was never made public, rumors abounded. After all, no killer has ever before systematically employed a dog as a weapon of murder. Yes, I can understand the impact the case must have had. Well, I know someone else has used a dog as a murder weapon in an Ace Attorney game, except not because. Oh, jeez. Fine, come on in. You want in my room? Good. All right. Stupid dog. You're not stupid. You're not stupid. Hey. And you're not a killer dog either. Here, jump up. There you go. Alright. But in time, of course, the rumors abated. So too did the talk to the shocking witness account came back to life. It was forgotten, dismissed as a dubious ghost story, and as a preposterous parlor tale. But why did people stop believing it? Why? Simply because there was no resurrection to speak of. As was established, in fact. What do you mean by no resurrection? The police investigated the grave in the Lowgate Cemetery and published their findings. The convict's body was to be found buried exactly where it had been following the execution. No! But that would mean Mr. Drebber must have lied to the police about the newspapers. That would appear to be the only logical explanation. Yes. The young man subsequently vanished from society and nothing has been heard of him since. It's rather striking then that he should resurface now, don't you think? Of course, the convicted murderer couldn't really have come back to life. That's not possible. But Drebber's hair is unusually white, and if that really did happen overnight as the result of shock, it's hard to believe that the incident was an out-and-out lie. Well, that's it? I can't back out, actually. Oh, I can. Oh, dude, I can move. Oh, I'm missing something in here. Okay. Okay, what haven't I examined in here? His lantern? Okay. There's probably something about his body I haven't checked. Yeah, what is this with this camera? What's this here? Oh, this would appear to be a lens in the middle, so I believe it's probably a camera? A camera? It's so small. British technology is incredible, isn't it? I mean, what about Mr. Sholmes' skin prints? I think perhaps we should treat Mr. Sholmes' inventions as exceptions to the rule. But anyway, why would the man be in the graveyard at night with a camera? I wonder. Perhaps he was trying to capture the moment a dead body came back to life as a ghost on film. We'll just borrow this for a little while, I think. Alright, fine. I guess we'll take the camera. Looking at the photographic plate inside the camera, you can see what picture was taken. What's a photographic plate? It's a piece of glass coated in a special emulsion. I think that's how we pronounce that. That reacts to the light coming in through the lens. If we open the cover at the back of the camera, you should find it. Let's take a look. You should see yourself, Mr. Sawdust. Your eyes are shining. You really do like machinery, don't you? Okay, so you want us to actually check the camera. What a large shovel! He's holding it rather ominously, isn't he? What on earth was the man doing with a shovel in a graveyard in the middle of the night? Mr. Sato? Yes? That's a spade, isn't it? No, it's a shovel. No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose materials. It's a spade. We've been through this, Mr. Naruto. It's a shovel. No. Although, I haven't considered trowels. What is this? The stepladder version 2? The ladder starts to be distracted, I feel. Perhaps we should concentrate on what the man was doing with the implement. So we're gonna bury the hatchet. You're right, though. What was the man doing in the graveyard in the first place? That's the real question.
There's nothing in his pocket. I'm pretty sure we already checked everything about him. Oh, wow. Okay, that's it. Okay. Ah! Oh, jeez, hi.
Oh, what's the bleeding no order? What have you gone done?
Gina, what are you doing here?
Cyrus, and she said this is where you'll be, so... Gina, not so loud in the museum.
Madam Trespass will have you take a position as a wax person if you're not careful. I think there might be a more pressing concern.
I still had some flash power left from 6 months ago, so... Alright, Gina, we understand, but please, put down the gun. Sorry, I got scared.
You should try being the one in the other end of the barrel. So what brings you here, Gina?
What brings me here? What do you think? We found it! We found the Dodgy Cub's workshop.
What, you found Drebber's workshop?
Yep, Toby's nose takes me straight there. The boss and the others are headed over there. Oh, the boss and the others are headed over there now on a drag. So come on. Here's Idris. I got the boss right now.
Oh, thank you, Gina. We'll make our way there at once.
Alright, then see you there.
You go. Don't mind me. I just stay here, being still. What? Oh gosh! I know my place. In the exhibit over there. Oh dear. Someone is feeling sorry for himself. He had no eyes there. That was creepy. Jeez. Let's go, Mr. Sholmes. You're coming. Your words healing me, I must say. But if I were to shirk my duties here, perhaps let me pay monetary recompense. But forget that. I'll pay for everything.
There's not a moment to lose, my dear fellow. I shall hire a carriage at once.
No offer to share the cost of Mr. Sholmes, then.
I shall gladly pay Happis in our home.
Thank you, Mrs. Sato. Right, let's go. Oh, what? There's a second one in here? That looks like...
Oh! It's another super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine.
Indeed, it would appear so. Though only a prototype, naturally.
Ah, so you got you then.
Gina,
We're done finding... Well done for finding this place. In such little time. You've really worked miracles.
I see a freaking quiver with arrows.
It's Toby here. It was the miracle worker.
I thought your line was short before long.
Hello, Inspector. That's one knitted brow. He looks like he's eating lemon, not a bag of fish and chips. Yeah, why ours is like that?
So, Inspector, is there any sign of the engineer?
Sadly not. We didn't find a soul in here.
What a shame.
Well, thank you for letting us know about this place and giving us a chance to investigate.
According to what Gina Torment tells me, we only found things for a clue that you lot turned up. I wouldn't want to say, go to Paris for the debt of gratitude I'm paid now, would I?
Thank you.
Anyway, if you're hoping to snoop around here, I'd get cracking. North 16 and their forensic investigation team are on their way out here as we speak.
Them again.
I imagine you got the picture by now. Don't take too kindly to lawyer types.
Right.
So then, my dear fellow, let's turn this place upside down well so we have the chance.
And you, Sholmes,
Pardon?
they take even less kindly to great detectives than they do to lawyers.
Very droll, Gregson. Very droll. But you may consider me nothing more than an inconspicuous waxwork model. With no eyes, apparently. Right then, let's see what we can find in here. Well, first things first. Freaking bow. Oh, freaking arrows. This is... It's a European-style quiver of arrows with steel bolts inside. Oh, do you suppose...
Crossbow bolts. These. And just the right size of the bow you lot turned up at the exhibition grounds.
In other words...
Yep, that's more evidence to support your theory. It all got to show that Dribber was the one pulling the strings behind the scenes of the whole scam.
Oh, well, just update the crossbow. That's fine. Well, let's look at the prototype. I'm sorry, Mr. Naru. The machine is covered by the Special Dispensation for the Scientific Equipment Act. Damn it. That would be serious repercussions if you were examining it from the crown of the government. Oh, okay. Well, those two don't seem to be holding back. It's quite hollow inside. No working parts or devices of deception to be seen, my dear fellow. No, let's chance drop on the floor nothing. Not about for Toby here, my dear fellow. British people are very much ruled by their own ideals, aren't they? I think that's just these two, Mr. Sato. But wait a minute. There's no special contraption. Why is there a trophy here? Ah, this appears to be most interesting. Yes, most interesting indeed, wouldn't you say? It's an impressive looking back massager, that's for sure. Are you seriously saying you massage your back with a trophy? I have no doubt that if you hit your shoulders a few times with that, your aches and pains would soon go away. It's a Royal Society trophy of excellence in science. Young scientists could wish for no higher honor. Would you like a massage? No, I'm fine, thank you. I had no idea it was such a grand thing. So I think it's becoming increasingly clear that there's so much more of this in Mr. Enact Dribber than conjuring tricks. I couldn't agree more, my dear madam. And how about you, Mr. Naruto? Would you like to take it with you? For your tight shoulders, of course. No. No, I'm shaking my head right now. He's not gonna let that go, is he? It's curious though, isn't it? You expect such an important trophy to be proudly on display somewhere, not haphazardly cast aside. English gentlemen can be quite a mystery at times. Oh wow, just getting evidence. I guess that makes sense. Oh well, I can't talk to him apparently. I guess that's one less thing to look at. What on earth is that? An aeroplane, Miss Naru. Aeroplane. One day, scientists believe it will allow humans to fly freely in the skies. Is that how the trick will be designed, is it? Sorry? Well, it's actually suspended by a thin but very strong cable, isn't it? Oh, well, this model is, yes. But a real airplane will actually be flying high in the sky. Well, it's suspended from somewhere even higher in the sky, of course. Because large metal objects obviously can't really stay in midair unsupported. You'd be surprised, dude. So your solution is ever taller towers? There's a ladder here. No, I can't. Like, even if I do this, it's just gonna give us information. Yeah. Damn it, man. Oh, I can go up. What? Well, why? What reason is there to go up? I don't see anything up here. There's air tanks. Is my cup blocking something? No. My water cup is partially blocking part of the screen. In fact, I'm gonna pick it up so I can drink it. Oh, okay, the door. This door doesn't want to open. Wait, that's not the door we came in? Yeah, it looks like it's got a pretty hefty lock on it.
There's a specialist locksmith on his way over from the yard. So hands up till he gets here.
With permission, Inspector. I can have that lock open in less than a minute.
Well, you don't have permission. And no one's giving it to you.
Gregson looks as though he really enjoyed that. He looks so smug. Well, there's no sign of anybody on the other side. No, Trevor must have fled Trevor must have fled the first sign of danger. Something just went thud in there. Oh, something around, Mrs. Sato. Well, I thought I heard a noise from the far side of that door. Well, Gina, did you hear it too? Yeah, I heard it all. What do you reckon, Toby?
Right, mind the grease. Close in there, open up. This is Scotland Yard.
The heck is? Oh my, someone is in there.
Ah, this rotten bleeding lot.
My dear Gregson, I said only minutes ago. If only we were countenance, I could unlock that door in less than a minute.
Fine, I'll take the rap for it. Just get us through that blasted door.
There, may enter. Well, geez, that was quick. You've confused minutes with seconds, I think. Hey! Dog's licking parts of my bed. I don't want you doing that. Tonesy, as I feel. What are we waiting for?
Nothing for it, I suppose. It's an emergency.
Strong possibility that beyond the door is the engineer you all seek. Prepare for action, my dear fellow. Yes! What? There's a why is there a freaking bomb in here? What's happened in here? Why is everything upside down? Oh, that's also a good point. Everything is upside down, including footprints and a well, not everything is upside down, but most things are upside down in here. Rats! There ain't no one in here after all. Well, there must be. There's only just moments ago that we heard the noise. Maybe there was a sound of Trevor running away. There's only one door into this room. And the window's not good for an escape route. The skylights are too high. Someone got their shoes up there, though. What's that up there? Are there footprints on the ceiling?
Blimey, what are we having? What have we here then? Looks like someone was trying to burn something in a hurry.
Oh, that looks like a set of blueprints. To what?
To the Professor Harry's bombing machine, isn't it? Blimey, if we had these, it had a bit. No need to muck around trying to rescue all that scrap metal.
Something of great interest in you do. This rope was lying on the floor at the foot of the pillar. The rope. Oh, he used the rope to climb out, didn't he? What's the evidence about that? Never mind. You see, but you
do not observe, Mr. Naruto. I must investigate the entire room thoroughly before the first investigation team arrives too.
Jeez, man, I'm not gonna be allowed to stop. That's not the right button. Get this freaking time bomb out of here. Mr. Schultz, we found something?
Ah, Mr. Naruto. Yes, in point of fact, something rather fascinating. What do you make of this?
It's freaking dynamite. Let's see. I've never seen anything like it before. Uh-oh. Looks like a bundle of thick cigars wrapped in a large... Ah!
Mr. Sato, what's the matter?
That's a... Sure, that's a time bomb, isn't it?
What did you say?
Time bomb?
Sorry, but... What is a time bomb exactly?
Huh?
You truly are one of a kind, Mr. Naruto.
I won't take that as a compliment.
You don't know nothing, do you, Oda?
You haven't got a clue what it is either, have you, Gina?
I invite you to consult a dictionary later, Mr. Naruto. But this particular specimen is no time bomb, though I confess it has a very similar appearance. Oh, well, thank goodness. But then, what is it? I see. So that's it. Goodness, Mr. Strolls, have you seen to the heart of the matter? There are times when I consult my lot most unfair. For I'm fated to never know how it feels to flounder as you do when a puzzle presents itself.
Oh, frick.
But I've learned to accept the hardships that come with being a great detective, so
Here we go. I feel a great deduction coming. Crap. I didn't want to do this right now. No. No. No, 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 no. I don't have the time for this. No. We're stopping here. I don't care. It's in the middle of something. I don't care if we're gonna go straight to the trial after this. I need to stop here. I don't want to do one of your freaking great deductions right now. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Dean, for showing up for one of these. Even if it was just to say hello. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.